Hello vinyl community, this is Randy, and this is my response to a thread started by James Griffiths, where he wanted us to show 10 albums on the A&M record label. The label started by Herb Alpert and Jerry Moss, and he goes into that a little bit, so I would recommend to everyone to watch his video first. And so I was going to show 10 albums on the A&M label, and I didn't take any by The Police or Supertramp or Joe Jackson since he had already shown those. And so what I'm going to start off with is Toni Childs. She was she was a lot of world beat and kind of a folk pop, I would call it, a little ambient too. This is kind of a different A&M label. Maybe they used later on. There's a picture of her on a lyric sheet. But this was her debut album, Toni Childs, produced by David, let's get my glasses on. Produced by David Tickle and David Ricketts of David and David fame. Toni Childs. Next one is a wonderful artist. Likes to go into a lot of social and racial issues, and it's the Garland Jefferies. It's got a gatefold, but this one's called Ghost Rider. His best one is probably Escape Artist, but he wasn't on A&M for that one. And this is the excuse me, classic A&M label. The next album I'm going to show is the classic River Deep Mountain High by Ike and Tina Turner. This was produced by Phil Spector and includes the great title track, the great Ike Turner song I Idolize You, Every Day I Have to Cry, the Arthur Alexander tune. They do a wonderful job on that. Just a wonderful album with that Phil Spector production. That's and yeah, it's on the classic A&M label. And next, I'm going to go back to my high school days for a couple albums here. They kind of A&M kind of ruled my high school years, I guess you could say. And even though I don't listen to these a lot, I still kind of have a soft spot on there for them. First one is the group Styx. This is Crystal Ball with Tommy Shaw of Styx did that song, and they are on the classic A&M label. But yeah, the Crystal Ball was the big hit. Also Mademoiselle, Jennifer's. There's a nice Styx album, or Tommy Shaw starting to shine on this one here. And another one from my high school years. Everybody in the Midwest had this album. I think the group is out of the St. Louis area, and it's Eddie's Flat as a Pancake. Their big song was Never Been Any Reason. Never did repeat the success of this album. This was their debut, and their only really big seller. But on A&M, Head East. Next one is the great New Orleans group, the Neville Brothers. This is their Field on the Bayou, or Field on the Bayou. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But they do a lot of standard New Orleans tunes, like Hey Pocky Way, the Jimmy Cliff song Sitting in Limbo. They do a kind of a together Carl Neville and the standard Iko Iko, so brother John Iko Iko, really wonderful. They do 10 Commandments of Love, which was the Moonglows. I'm not sure about that. I think it was the Moonglows that did that song. But really wonderful recording by the Neville Brothers. Aaron Neville has that angelic voice, and it's on classic A&M label. And next is one of my all-time favorites albums, and it's John Hiatt's Bring the Family. This is an album that he did after he had been trying to recover and trying to become sober. And it's a really hard-hitting album. This is on that kind of other A&M label. So it's but yeah, Stood Up is a song that really talks about that. Tip of My Tongue. Memphis in the Meantime was covered by a country artist, I can't remember who. And This Thing Called Love was covered by Bonnie Raitt, but I love John's version too. But I think one of the greatest albums is this album, the singer-songwriter albums, is this one, John Hiatt, Bring the Family. Next is an artist named Feargul Sharky. He kind of had that quivering voice. He was the lead singer for the Undertones. This is his first solo album on A&M. I think he might have been on something else in the UK, but in the US he was on A&M. But the big hit off here was his version of Maria McKee of Lone Justice's A Good Heart, which got quite a bit of MTV airplay. You Little Thief is also a wonderful song, but it's Feargul Sharky debut album. And another one is the wonderful Phil Ochs. Died way too young, committed suicide, but he was a wonderful folk artist. Liked to wear the nudie suits that artists like Farron Young would wear. But I Ain't Marching Anymore, Jim Dean of Indiana, Power and the Glory, No More Songs, When I'm Gone. Wonderful, wonderful, thought-provoking lyrics, and just a wonderful artist was Phil Ochs. And this was on the A&M label. You can see the ring light in the. Here, I haven't figured out how to do that exactly yet. I just got that, so I'll learn. And next one is UB40, the wonderful reggae group from the UK, who kind of had a string of hits with recording pop songs and giving them a reggae feel. And they were on A&M. The one they do on this one is Neil Diamond's Red Red Wine, I think. Yeah, Red Red Wine. And Version Girls on here. They do the Jimmy Cliff song, Many Rivers to Cross. Oh, everybody's doing Jimmy Cliff. But they had another big hit with the I Can't Stop Falling in Love. I Can't Help Falling in Love, the Elvis Presley tune. Well, he didn't write it, but he made it famous. But the UB40 on A&M. That's my 10, but just like James put an extra one in, you've got to do Herb Alpert if you're talking about A&M. This was actually the first album I ever bought. What Now My Love by Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. Although this is not my original copy, I sold it when I was in college. But I do have another copy of it now, and this is kind of the A&M with the brown. But Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. And those are my A&M records. Anybody else that wants to participate in James' thread, I wish they would. And I hope everyone's safe. Thank you. Take care.